So it's just your mom?
My mom, her girlfriend, and my friend.
What did Keron tell you about us?
That you guys were very holy and religious.
Sounds like him. Sounds like him.
I'm a Christian.
Little black book, you already know what time it is. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? Listen. Who got the minerals, baby? Listen, gay. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? You already know what time it is. Yes, baby. We're back with our part 2, talking about family and finance. Whoa, family and fiance. But you know, I've got to start first of all with the Ribena. Okay, with the Ribena, baby. Never too much, never too much. Ashley is in the kitchen with Keron and Keron's parents, and Ashley mentions that actually she's also a Christian.
Sounds like it.
I'm a Christian. I pray. I just don't go to church.
That was the first mistake she made, because when you say that and you're talking to actual Christians, they're going to challenge you on whether you really are a Christian, and they are going to put parameters in terms of what you say you're Christian, what a Christian would do. And Ashley obviously mentioned, you know what, that, you know, she doesn't go to church. Now, I felt like Ashley kind of wanted to say that just to kind of get brownie points from the parents. Or not, I don't say brownie points, but almost to kind of like soothe them a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Didn't work though, because actually, the mum's really heard some things about her, so she really got her mind made up. So when she's obviously said, you know, she's Christian, she doesn't go to church, and she hasn't found a good church just yet, I was like, oh, Ashley, you know, you're setting yourself up for a fool here, because these guys are saying they're genuine Christians, so they're going to be a certain way. Do you get what I'm saying? But it was cool. But then she did something which was very interesting. Obviously, I feel like the sister was giving her vibes.
I was a little nervous at first, but
We gotta still get the feel of you. It's still fresh.
And she picked up straight away, and that's why she challenged her later on as well. But, you know, one thing that was interesting was that she mentioned, okay, I'm going to get a can of beer. Okay, she's like, no, she said, I'm not eating. I'm going to finish off my beer, basically, she said, all right?
you guys can
But we can eat. You want some?
go ahead.
got
I'm
enough?
fine. I was just drinking a beer, so.
All right.
What?
And I realized that she said it on purpose, you know, what do you call it? Keron was like, did you have to say that? Like, come on. Like, and she did it on purpose. Okay, she was very intentional. She knew exactly what she was doing, because what she wanted to do was set a level for the parents to let them know, listen, I'm real. I'm coming with how I really am. You know what I'm saying?
They fart too?
Ashley, you can't be acting like this.
You really putting too much pressure on me, and it's gonna make me for real like be me. And
I
it's
really
messed
don't
up
care.
that I got to
really
switch it
don't care.
up.
I'm not here to fake you like your son does. Now, I don't know if you know about your son, but your son is like this. He's a freaking leak. How you like it, daddy? Freaking leak. From the window to the wall. You know the one. So, you know, she was trying to expose that little step there, you know what I'm saying? Trying to gauge the reaction of what they were doing. You know, the mum did kind of bite a little bit. So we know that obviously she's smart. She knows what she's doing. She wants to test the waters. Because I think what Ashley really wants is acceptance. I think she wants genuine love. I think she wants genuine love. And I think it's encapsulated by the fact that how their relationship is. And also as well, you know, when she says later on, you know, I just want to be myself. And she said it even earlier that in the bed, you're going to force me to really be myself. And it's like, she doesn't want to be fake. And I personally think if she's mingling with boys and girls, I don't think she's even bi. I think she just wants an appropriate love. I think she needs a serious type of love. There's a brokenness there, and I feel like she wants that healing and repair. But until you know that, and that's why knowledge is so important, because until you know, and it's called knowledge for a reason, until you know, you will perish in what you're suffering with. Do you understand? So the Bible says a lack of knowledge, my people perish. A lack of knowledge. Understand that. So for us, we need to make sure people will give people the correct word for their season and the correct word for whatever they're going through, so that they can have the knowledge to overcome what they're experiencing right now and not perish. And the sister as well said something about, you know, I'm still feeling you, just trying to suss you out. It's still fresh. And I was like, bro, why are you being rude? You know what I'm saying? You're already giving me vibes that I don't even like, and I'm watching it, and I'm not even her. Do you know what I'm saying? But I understand where the sister, I understand where you know, Ashley was coming from, and in fact, when she got annoyed later on, when she was out in front of the bathtub.
I don't like your sister, and I'm this close to saying some foul.
In front of the mirror, I can understand why she was like that, because at the end of the day, bruv, don't give me vibes like that, rude boy, when you don't know me like that, and then and think it's going to be cool. Of course, it's not going to be cool.
That's my mother.
Mama C. Who is
It's my mom.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't handshake, we hug. Pleasure to meet you.
Same to you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Hello. Hey. Kenya, I'm her friend. Yeah. I feel like they were trying to be welcoming, but it came off a little awkward.
Phony as a dollar bill.
But you gonna show them around first?
Oh, yeah.
The father is cool.
Yeah.
But the mama, no.
And the daughter, eyes rolling.
She was judging when she first walked in the door.
Later on, obviously, the parents then meet. And then obviously, I think Ashley's parents said, you know, they mentioned in a little cutscene that, you know what, they felt it was fake from Keron'S parents. And I think Keron'S mum and the sister and the dad was pretty cool. And I sussed that too, the dad was pretty cool. And do you know why? Again, I'll move back to the beginning. At the beginning, when they came through the house, who didn't have their glasses on? Only the dad.
Hello, brother.
Hello.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, how are you?
I don't know. Are we shake, hug? I don't know. I guess we'll hug. Nice to meet you.
We hug.
How are you? Pleased to meet you.
So the mum and the sister had the glass on. They had teamed up to start moving mad. That's why they also teamed up at the sofa couch to say, oh, you know, he loves this girl still. Come and see common sense. But I'm not saying that what they said was wrong. What I'm saying is you can see that you guys are patterning together. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you can suss your energy and your vibe. And so did the parents of Ashley and Ashley's parents, or Ashley's mother and girlfriend. And one thing I want to say as a Christian is this: I'm not trying to make you feel bad by having a judgmental attitude. Do you understand? Now, if you meet me and I display that judgmental attitude, I've got to say sorry that, you know what, that's not the way Christ would have done it. Now, if I don't agree with you, that's something different. If I disagree with you, it's something different. If I don't agree with your lifestyle, something different. If we have a discussion, I can still have a discussion with you as a human being. But I must say to you that always, listen, I don't agree with your lifestyle, but that's cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Just the same way if I met a man on the road and he's doing road, I'm going to tell him, bro, I don't agree with your lifestyle, but we're cool. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think Keron'S parents, mum, the mum and the sister really have some attitude adjustments needed. If you're calling yourself Christians like myself, there's a way to do things in love. I've always said 1 Corinthians 13 talks about how you should do things in love. You understand? Without it, you're prophesying and you're telling people all this stuff. Without love, you lose a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? You just become a judgmental Christian. And we don't need that. It was interesting as well because Kenya went to hug Keron, I think it's Keron'S mum, and she used her shoulder, like she didn't lean in properly, and I was like, Kenya, what are you doing?
Hey, Kenya, I'm her friend. Yeah. I feel like they were trying to be welcoming, but it came off a little awkward.
Like you're saying about it's fake, but your whole body going towards a hug was poor. Like you put your shoulder into it. What are you expecting? I don't know what you want to do. And that kind of just shows a distaste for her. Distaste for the parent, you know what I'm saying? So already you set up a barrier too by not actually hugging properly, do you know what I'm saying? Not only that, Ashley's mum as well made a face. I think because she sensed the fakeness, but also at the same time as well, you know, you didn't help the situation when you made that face in front of everyone. We now know what you really thought. And trust me.
It's my mom.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't handshake, we hug. Pleasure to meet you.
Same to you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Hello. Hey.
The mum would have sensed that too. It's all about the energy. You would have sensed that energy. Do you get me? And then later on the couch, I would see the mum of Keron says, you know, talk to the Lord, talk to the Lord about this. And I'm like, fam, that attitude is so poor. Let's stop doing that as Christians. Don't make yourself out to be better. You are there because of the grace of God. God chose you, you know. It's a grace of God, which means you didn't deserve what you've got from God. You didn't deserve it. So how are you standing on top of somebody? Grace is to let you know it's an equal level playing field. I don't deserve to be alive right now. The Bible says that every man has fallen short of the glory of God. And therefore the wages of sin is death. We all deserve death. So therefore, if I've been given life, I cannot boast about that life. Therefore, I cannot lord it over you and say, well, you know, I'm a Christian, so I'm better than you. I can't do that because I didn't even save myself. Anyway, cool.
I feel that he's not fit for you. I feel like you're very boastful, very selfish and self-centered.
At first, I was like, oh, it was a bit harsh. When you watch the whole actual video, 40 minutes long, you realise she ain't lying, and I'm going to be honest. And I thought, like, you know, even when I heard that, you know, she's actually an ex-girlfriend of Ashley, I was like, ooh, what did I really come? But then when I see his actual behaviour, I said, no, she telling the truth. Obviously, as well, again, Ashley's mum's girlfriend says, you know, that he's selfish and childish.
Stable, and he's childish, and he's all for himself. And I just want you to be happy, and I don't think... Again, using similar adjectives to what the best friend did. And he rubs his forehead at the time when it happens, because he knows that his attitude stinks.
Ashley?
Later on as well, when they asked him 21 questions, when they asked him what could he change, he says his attitude. Now I'm not sure if he was paying lip service or he genuinely meant that he understood that his attitude was stinking. I personally think he was paying lip service, but hey. Then obviously Caroline, the mum of Ashley, says, you know what?
I have raised you to be a strong black woman. And you have did good in the past, and I want to stay that way.
I raised you to be a strong black woman. You marry him, it will change. Now, I want to make sure that, you know, when we say strong black woman, we're not talking about independent black woman who can't get a man because she decides that a man is not needed in her life. We are all interdependent on each other. We're not independent. Let me make that clear. Nobody on this planet is independent. We are all needing of somebody. Now, when we're talking about a relationship, when we're talking about obviously living life, yes, you can make it through life in terms of doing what you need to do as a single person. But when it comes to relationships, we're not independent, we're interdependent. We need each other. I'm dependent upon you and you dependent upon me. Why? Because both of us are trying to make this work. It requires teamwork. You know, what I want to be careful is that they don't always produce this narrative, which is always like, you know what, strong black female. Because often that comes with a negative stereotype. Strong black female. Why don't we say strong white female? Because at the end of the day, we've had to condition ourselves to be the strong. And actually what it means is I'm hard. And I build up walls. I bring up strongholds that only dogs can jump over. And that's why a lot of black females, you find out that, you know, they have bad experiences with black blokes. It's because, because once us men, first, it starts with us men, I'm going to put this quickly. It starts with black men in the home, not looking after their daughters, not looking after their children. Then there's a broken home, not often times, okay? That transpires into obviously hate towards black men. This is not just only homes, broken homes, because this comes from two-parent homes too. I'm just giving an example. And that transpires into the daughter, like for instance in Ashley's case, we don't know what the dad is. And then, you know, what you see is now, I have to be strong because I can't rely on a man. And you're absolutely right, you can't rely on anybody, to be honest. It's not just a man and anybody. But then that dependent spirit comes in where it's like, I can do everything by myself. But that's not why you go into a relationship. You didn't get into a relationship so you can do everything by yourself. You go into a relationship so we can work as a team. And so we can love one another. Do you get me? So that strong black woman is, you got to be very, 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 very careful how we use it. And doesn't become something of actually a beating stick for you to engage in relationships with men. Yes, so the stepdaughter, stepdad also said as well, he asked her why obviously he didn't bring her in front of their family for 3 years. The mum obviously of Keron said obviously you need a woman who will cover you in prayer. But the question is this: you want him to have a woman who covers him in prayer, but does he pray himself? You're asking for a lot, mum. Like, you're asking for him to have something that he is not.
Yeah.
I've always wanted you to marry a godly woman, a woman that's going to cover you in prayer. Someone who's very classy. I just don't believe that Ashley is the wife for you.
It's still going to be unevenly unyoked. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. You want your son to have a woman who prays over him, but he himself does not pray. This is the whole lid and covering thing from John Gray. But do you want him to cover this girl, or do you want the girl to cover him? You want him to cover the girl, so he should be in alignment with God first. Don't expect the woman to start praying over him. That's wrong. That's wrong. I know you want that for your son, but he's not there yet. That's wrong. Then obviously saying that she's not classy. You know, I hate that word classy. I always think to myself, the way we use it, you yourself at your level, someone will say to you, you're not classy. And someone above that person will say, they're not classy. What is classy? Class. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's a way of separating and segregating people. Rather than actually trying to actually understand how people work in different atmospheres and how they come from different styles of life and different paths of life, you create another segment by saying she's not classy. Now, what she might want to say is that the way you behave sometimes, it's not tactful. It's not conducive for the environment we're in. Do you understand? And so therefore, you don't often fit in a certain social circle. I totally get it. But calling someone not classy, judging them by the fact you just met them. But you know, I see what you're trying to say. I just feel like delivery is always important on that case. And it, you know, it caused Ashley's mum to kind of say my daughter is classy. And I think because what happens is, like I said, the word class also defines obviously money. So what happens is people are then going to feel offended because you're trying to say we're from a poverty background, and nobody wants to be called from that. We're from a poor background, and you know, like we're from a financial stable background. What do you have to do with you peasants? It's like that attitude. So when you call someone not classy, be very careful. Again, as a Christian, why are we using those terminologies? You know what I'm saying? Why are we using that terminology? You could have just said, listen, she's not a Christian, you know, and I expect you to marry a Christian. But even then, I still say she's just not a Christian. But cool.
Listen.
How can y'all judge my daughter? Y'all don't even know her. God said, thou shalt not judge. He be the judge. What you think, you too good for my daughter?
No, the Bible says obviously, God said, thou shalt not judge. But you're all sitting on the sofa judging the boy. I hate when people say, don't say that bar, or God, only God can judge. But you're judging somebody else. Where you going? The sister obviously dropped the dime bar that, you know, you love someone else, and the mum also chimed in. I just thought that was irresponsible. And irresponsible because you're not going to back the chat.
I just feel like your heart is somewhere else. I think you're still in love with someone else. You guys kept saying Keron is in love with somebody else. That's not my place to say that. But speak to him about that. Who is it?
When you're not going to back the chat, don't do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. You're not going to back the chat, don't do it. If you're not going to tell the person who it is, don't do it. I said this about the last episode as well, where the cousin said obviously he likes a certain girl, but that's because they both knew the girl was. And obviously then he confessed. But I'm saying with this case, it's like Tyler was just throwing it in there just to try and finesse this girl. Like, it was not necessary. And I also as well, in this particular case, you know, Keron did actually go and check his mum and check the sister. Like, why would you say that? Blah, blah, blah.
Not this song.
I turned my stomach is when y'all brought that up to begin with. Because it's not about her, it's about me and Ashley. You guys brought it up and made it a whole different thing, and that was wrong.
She just admitted to me that she's bisexual. This is what you want.
Mama,
this is who you want to settle with. After this, we're about to get on the plane.
God forbid you guys take a sacrifice.
So I appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? But we have to think to ourselves, no smoke without fire. Why are they mentioning this girl that you still love? Now, at first I was like, oh, they're just throwing it in there. Then later on, when they're sitting on the couch with Tracy McMillan, notice that she asked him,
and his mom brought it up, that he's in love with somebody else. His mom, I tell her, I'm bisexual.
What else did you say?
Like we do, threesomes or whatever like that.
We do?
Yeah.
When was this?
Okay, we don't.
That we have a very long history with.
Okay.
And they want me with her.
Why do they think you're still in love with her?
Because she's been around for so long.
Okay. Like, when's the last time she was around?
It's been a while.
You haven't seen her since your engagement? Or
no, I've seen her after the engagement.
Okay.
We weren't disrespectful.
Maybe you're not in love with her, but is there a thing there?
I mean, I have history with the girl. Of course there's a thing.
Is there a present?
No.
He said, yes. Why the frick are you meeting this girl who you say you don't love and meeting this girl who's an old flame after engagement? Why? 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 And if it's a girl that your girlfriend mentioned, has she been involved in this threesome? Because I definitely know that you guys had a threesome. And I think you tried to play it off like you didn't. She asked you, she said it on 3 different occasions, your girlfriend or your fiancé. And I believe that you lot had a threesome on maybe more than one. I would definitely say more than once. Because you were saying that you liked a girl who likes girls. What do you think is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Interesting. Yeah, obviously had a shopping experience. How long have we gone? 3 minutes. Okay. That's part. Listen, that's part 2, guys. Listen, I was going to talk longer further, but you know what? I'm running out of time. So listen, that's part 2. Listen, guys, we're going to do a part 3 and a part 4. Make sure you stay tuned to the next video. We're going to be talking about the shopping experience and the 21 questions. Listen, we're going to get deep into the video. Ooh, I'm breaking your juices, baby. You already know what time it is. Little black bug. You don't have the minerals. You don't have the minerals. Wakanda. Okay, no. Heaven forever. You don't have the minerals.